Good evening, ma. Am I audible? So, in today's session, we are going to discuss the summary of week 4 regular expressions or pattern matching. Is my screen visible? So, regular expressions is a pattern template to filter the text. Generally, we use it to extract something from a given text. Okay, so that document, it can be a text document or any other document. So, from that, suppose you want to get only those lines which matches the given pattern, then we can search it for that given pattern. So while specifying the pattern, we use some, instead of writing the entire text that you need to search, we use some symbols to represent the matching text. Okay, so that is nothing but a regular expression. So we will write a regular expression to express what we want, what we need. Okay. The regular expressions are of two types: basic regular expression engines, BRE, and extended regular expression engines. Both are physics standards. um, Here, basic regular expression, it supports some syntax. So whereas extended regular expression will support the same what the BRE will support, and even it can support some extra things. Okay. Why we need to learn the regular expressions is all the programming languages like Java, Perl, Python, Ruby, these will support regular expressions, pattern matching, while working with the language. And even these tools, generally we use the tools like Grep, Sed, Awake. Okay, so these are the tools which will we use to search for the given text. While searching for the given text, we specify the given text using regular expression. So in today's class, we are going to discuss only the grep command, how to use your pattern matching with the grep command, regular expression with grep command. Whereas in later classes, we will see how to work with SED and awake. Okay. Hello, am I audible, ma?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
So how we will use the grep command is, so we use a command called grep, and here we specify, generally in single quote, we specify the pattern which you need to search for. So that pattern we specify in a single quote, and then in the file name in which you need to search for this particular pattern. Okay, grep is a command, and whatever you specified in the single quote is the one for which you are searching, and then in which file you need to search for this particular pattern, that file name you need to specify. Okay, so for forming this particular pattern we use regular expressions, or this can also be written like this. So you specify the some command and with the pipeline symbol, that means the output of this command will be passed as an input to this grep command. Okay, grep, and then specify the pattern, so that the input to this grep command is the output of this particular command. So pipeline symbol will specify that the output of this command should be passed as an input to the next command. So you can write either in this way or in this way. Okay, so this is the basic BRE. When you use a BRE engine, basic regular expression engine, we use this type of syntax. Whereas for if you want to use extended regular expression engine, so in that case we use egrep command. Instead of grep command, we use egrep command, and then the same syntax, the pattern and then file name, pattern and then file name. Whereas even you can also use a grep command with the minus E option, minus capital E option, will work like a extended grep. Okay, grep command with minus E option and then specify the pattern and the file. So you can use ERE engine. It will use ERE engine when in this case, whereas it will use BRE engine in this above cases. So while forming the pattern, for forming the pattern, we use regular expressions, and they will use some special symbols in BRE and ERE engines. They will use some special symbols. These are the special symbols that we use. Some of the special symbols that we use: dot. Dot will indicate a single character. It will match with any single character, except null or new line. Okay, it will match with any single character. Dot. Whereas a star, it matches with 0 or more of the preceding characters. The previous characters, whatever we have specified before the star. So that particular pattern is repeated 0 or more number of times. It will match that 0 or more number of times. Previous preceding character is matched for 0 or more number of times. Either preceding character or suppose if the preceding one, if you put it in a square bracket, then it will be considered as an expression. The preceding expression will be repeated 0 or more number of times. Okay, square bracket, it will enclose the set of characters inside this square bracket. So your if you include some characters inside square bracket, your pattern will match with any of those enclosed characters. Any of those enclosed characters within this square bracket. I'll give the examples for all this. And a hyphen symbol inside the square bracket. If I say square bracket 1-4, something like that. Suppose if I specify a pattern like this, square bracket, say 5-8. This indicates the range. So that means the values can be 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Okay, so it will take a range of values if you specify a hyphen inside the square bracket. A character range. Suppose if you specify some L to M, like you can specify something A to D. So A, B, C, D. The meaning of that is, so it will specify the range of characters. Okay. Suppose if we use a cap symbol, this cap symbol that indicates it will match with the beginning of that line. Your pattern will match with the beginning of each line of your file. Beginning. Okay. Whereas if you specify the negation inside this square bracket or something like this, inside this particular square bracket, then it will work like a negation of the enclosed character. That means other than 5, 6, 7, 8, it will take all other values. Negation of this range it will take. If you apply the cap symbol inside the square bracket, it will take the negation of this choice. Okay. Whereas if you apply the cap symbol outside this pattern, square brackets, then it will work like a beginning of the line. It will search at the beginning of the line. Okay. So it will anchor for the beginning of the line or the negation of enclosed characters. So based on where you have used your cap symbol, whether you have used this inside the square bracket or outside the square bracket, based on that it will work. Next one is a dollar. Dollar indicate the end of the, so it will search at the end of, it will match at the end of the line. If the specified pattern is matching at the end of the line or not. If it match at the end of the line, then it will display that line. Okay. Dollar means end of the line. Cap means beginning of the line, it will search. Whereas escape special characters, say suppose for example, these are the special characters. Star has some meaning, dot has some meaning. So like that, there are some symbols which have some special meaning in the language. Sometimes we need to use them in your regular text also. So in such a case, don't interpret the meaning of that special character. To specify that, we use escape character before that. Say for example, suppose you want to say something like ABCD dot some mail you want to generally how the mail IDs will be, say suppose ABCD .com or something, some suppose you need to refer some URL. So in that case, how we'll write this URL? So it might be having a particular pattern. So it will have a dot inside this text. You have a dot. So when you say dot, how it will work while writing the regular expression? Dot will match with any one of the character, any character. But actually in our text itself, we want a dot. So in that case, don't interpret the meaning of dot. To say that, we will write it like this. For backward slash dot. If you write like that, so it will escape the meaning of this dot, special character dot. Okay. So it won't interpret this dot meaning. So it will work like a normal dot. Okay.
Ma'am, can you classify what the caret symbol means? What is the negation? Like, I haven't understood.
Yeah. I'll demonstrate it. Then you'll understand. I'll demonstrate all this.
Okay.
So to demonstrate, I am taking some text files. Say for example, names.txt file. So these are the contents of my names.txt file. You can take any content, no problem. So here we have taken some roll number and the name of the student. Each roll number and name of the student in each line. So like that, I have stored some 7 students roll number and names in the file. Okay, names.txt. So on this particular file, we are going to work out and I'll show you how all these symbols will work. So the grep command, grep is the command, and for suppose I want to search for Anu. Suppose I want to search for the lines which contains the text Anu. Okay, so Anu in the file names.txt. So this is the syntax. So grep is a command, and this is the pattern that we are searching. We are searching for this particular pattern, and in this file, this is the file name names.txt. Okay, so there are two lines here. One line contains Anu, this fifth line, and the sixth line. In the sixth line, you have Anupama. In this spelling, you have ANU. So it has shown both the lines where it found the matching of Anu. Okay. So like that you can suppose you can run this command in another way, like cat names.txt. Cat names.txt. What that command will do? Cat names.txt. What that command will do? Hello.
Create a file names.txt.
It will display the contents of this file.
Display the content.
It will display the contents of the file names.txt. So that contents, it will be, instead of displaying, it will be redirecting. This is like a pipeline symbol. That means the output of this is nothing but the contents of this file. That contents of the file will be passed to this grep command. Okay, grep. And for what you are searching, that pattern you specify here. So suppose I am searching for AI. Oh, sorry. I am searching for the pattern AI. So this line, Umair contains AI and Jain contains AI. Okay, so you can use it like this or like this. And first we'll see the usage of dot. Suppose I want to, yes, suppose I have written something like this. I am searching for the pattern yes dot n, where dot indicate any character. So this will match if this is a sun or sun son or something like that. Okay, so it will match. This dot can be replaced by any character. If your file contains the lines with, see here, sing, so in that case it matched, this dot is matched with I, whereas here Sankaran, here it matched with A, the dot is replaced by A. So the dot can match, so it should begin with yes, after that you can have any single character and then followed by n. So such patterns it will match. So sing, yes,
one dot means one alphabet will be in between them.
One dot means it will, one single character it will match. It will match a single character.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Suppose if I use the same here, dot star. Suppose if I use it like this, yes dot star n. So star means it will repeat, this previous character can be matched 0 or more number of times. This previous character, what we have specified here, this previous character can be repeated 1 or more number of times. So not 1, sorry, 0 or more number of times. So that means it will match with the patterns like SN, okay, SON. In between S and N, you can have any number of characters. In between S and N, it can have any. That means some word which starts with S, not only word, a sentence which starts with S and end with N. Those patterns it will match. Okay.
And it can repeat. The alphabets can repeat there, right?
Yeah, this dot means any character. So this any character can be repeated 0 or more number of times. That means in between S and N, you can have any number of characters.
Ma'am, let's say the dot is for A. So you mean to say A will repeat any number of times?
Yeah, not A. So, yes,
Any
like
character.
dot can be any character. That means
Yeah, for
it
let's
can
say for
be
example the character is A.
yeah.
So A
So
should repeat
A can
any
be
number of
repeated any number of
Okay.
0 or more number of times. Okay, see here, SIN. So here dot is matched with I. So I is repeated between S and N. You can have either a single character or two characters or three characters, whatever it may be. Okay, see here, Sankaran. Yes, it is starting with S and ending here. So all these are repeated. So first time it has matched with A, and then N, and then K, and then A, and then R, and then A. So all these, that means this dot is repeated 0 or more number of times. Dot means any character. So in between S and N, you can have any number of characters, 0 or more number of characters.
Ma'am, why
Yeah.
we are using this line in between the name of the file name and this Grep command?
Pipeline symbol.
Yes, ma'am.
The output of this command is passed as an input to this grep. That means when you are working with the grep command, it requires in which file. See, you can write it like this: grep, your pattern, and where you need to search, where you are searching in this file. So that file content I am passing as an input to this grep command. So you can use it like this. Pipeline symbol will what it will do, the output of this command, it will pass it as an input to the next command.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, what if we will not use this line then? It will wrong.
If I didn't get you.
Okay, ma'am, got it. Thanks.
Ma'am, one more question.
Yeah.
Ma'am, dot represents number of character or
Single
here
character,
it is
one
alphabet.
character, any one
So
character. Dot means any
dash,
one
star,
character.
bracket, anything.
Yeah, other than space or tab, it will match with any character.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, week 4 is not visible to me in the portal. So
Big 4 is a pattern matching.
so means you are started already covering that, right?
Yeah.
It's not available to me.
Okay, so like that you can use dot means any single character it will match. Star means the previous character will be repeated 0 or more number of times. Okay, so whereas a square bracket, there's a square bracket, say for example, we want to find out all the, say only these roll numbers, roll number 1 2 3 4. Suppose roll number 1 2 3 4, or sorry, wait, I want to generate a range of values, something like this, to suppose I want to generate the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, something like that. So we can write here the only difference we make is this last digit. Last digit is starting from 4 and ending at suppose 8. So you can write here. Grep 1, 2, 3. Here I want to repeat from 4 to 8. Like in our file, we'll see the pattern in our file. Sorry, 901, 902, 903. I think from B901. This is
Ma'am, your
repeated.
voice
No,
is
we'll use that.
lagging.
Okay. B90, and I am searching. I want to display from 3 to 6.
Ma'am, your voice is lagging. It's not clearly audible.
Voice is lagging.
Yes, ma'am, it's breaking in between.
Yes, ma'am.
Names dot. Wait, I'll now put it. Hello, am I audible, ma?
Yes, ma'am. Now you are.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
So suppose I want to find out all the lines whose roll number ends with 902 to 904, say for example. So in that case, we'll write the grep, and we are searching for the pattern B90. Actually 901, 902, 903. Like it should match from
Ma'am, your
902
screen is
to,
not visible, ma'am. Your screen, ma'am.
yeah.
You are not sharing.
So this is my names.txt file. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is my names.txt file. Suppose I want to find out all the lines whose roll number is between 902 to 904 or 905. Okay. So in that case, I'll write the grep command as grep B90. B90 is a common for all, and the last digit is varying from 2 to 5. Okay. So 2 to 5 in names.txt. So only, so this square bracket, whatever we have specified in the square bracket, that will be matched with each one. This will work like a range. This will work like a range. So 2, it will match first 2, starting from 2, and then 3, step by step. 1, it will increment by 1 till it reach to the end. So first time it will match with the 2. Next it will take 3. Next it will take 4. Next it will take 5. So B902, 903, 904, 905. So all those lines will get the matching. So those lines will be displayed. Okay. So
We are focusing on the last character, right? B90 and then 2 to 5. So that means that 2 to 5 is the last character.
that whatever you specified in the square bracket, whatever you specified in the square bracket, it will match with any one of those characters.
Okay, so it's
Any
based
one
on
of those
characters. So it's based on characters.
Yeah.
It's not like we can do like B90 in the bracket itself.
Yes. See, here you can also write it something like this. Suppose instead of numbers, we will write it like this. Say, for example, grep M, starting with M, followed by either ME. So that means starting character must be M, and in the square bracket I specified ME. That means it can be MM or ME. It can be this M followed by, you can have either M or you can have either E. So it will show the lines with MM. That means this particular line and this particular line, ME. Okay. So it will match with any one of the characters specified in the square bracket.
Okay, at least one. Anyone.
Yeah. Like it will. So if you find a line which contains MM, it will match. If you find any line which contains ME, this M followed by this E. Okay. So it will match. So like that, it will match with any one of the character in the square bracket. Okay. So that any of the enclosed characters or a hyphen inside the square bracket indicates the range. So previously we have seen the range here. Inside the square bracket, if you have a hyphen, it will work like a range. So this is the starting character and this is the ending one. Whereas if you specify characters, list of characters inside square bracket, it will match with any one of that. Suppose if you specify MKE, so there is no, so this can be MM or MK or ME. MK is not there, so it will find out only those lines which have MM and ME. Okay.
Ma'am, the matching can be in any part of the string, or it has to be at the beginning?
Yeah. Not at the beginning. It can be at any part. See here, in this case, it was here. In the previous cases, it can be somewhere anu. That means a part of it. Okay, it can be anywhere in the line. Okay, suppose you want to search or you want to display only when it is in the beginning of the line. Suppose you want to search or display only when it is in the beginning of the line, then we need to use this cap symbol. So I want to search for all the lines which starts with M. Suppose if you specify all the lines which contains M, so it has displayed so many lines. See this line, and this, in this line also you have M. Suppose I want to see only those lines which begins with M. Okay, which begins with M. So that means the beginning of the line, we have M only in these two lines. So only those two lines will have the match. So if you want to specify a beginning of it, then we need to specify the cap symbol. Cap symbol indicate the beginning. Or you want to find out all the lines which end with which has a ending with M. So in that case, we need to specify a dollar symbol, M dollar. That means capital M should come at the end of the line. So nothing, no lines have M as the last, capital M as the last character. Whereas we'll see the small m.
What about middle spaces?
Some lines has a small.
If we want to find middle spaces, what about
if
that?
you give it in normal, then it will match with at any place. It will match with any place. If you doesn't specify cap or a dollar, it will match anywhere.
And spaces,
Okay.
the middle spaces between two words, like first name and last name. How to grab that?
Spaces?
He want to detect spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, space.
For that we'll write. Yeah, space is the delimiter. Delimiter, that will show it at the end.
Okay.
So we will break. You want to break this at wherever you got a space.
Yes.
So suppose we want to search only. Say suppose if I search like this, Anu. So how it is showing? When it is like a complete word, it is showing, or whether it is a part of the word also, it is showing. Suppose I don't want to see, I want to see only when it is a complete word. I don't want to see if it is a part of the word. So then we can use a concept called word boundary. Word boundary. So to specify the word boundary, we use a /b word boundary. So if you use a /b, what happens after Anu? If you encounter the word boundary, then only you show such a lines. So here it is not a word, anu is not a word boundary. Whereas in this case, anu is a word boundary. So that's why it has searched only this particular line. So /b indicates you can specify that it is a, you want to see them only when it is a complete word. You don't want to match it when it is a part of the word.
Does the word boundary indicates spaces, semicolons, or any special characters that separate the
Yeah, any the word boundary by default it is a space. By default it is a space.
And ma'am, is it necessary that before A there should be nothing?
For
Like before A there should be nothing like unknown. So there is only 3 letters, and before A is not anything. Like there can be a
yeah,
different name, right, which will end with A and U.
you can even write before that also /b/b. Before anu you shouldn't have anything. After anu also you shouldn't have anything.
Okay, and for the last second case, it will search for only the words which are ending with A and U. It doesn't matter
Word
how long.
A N U. Yes, yes. Only
Okay,
those
yeah.
words which are anu. Okay, so that word boundary concept also you can use it. Okay, suppose you want to find out all the lines which contains vowels. Okay, so almost all the lines contains vowels. Suppose you want to search the lines which has two vowels side by side. Two vowels side by side. So from this it will match anyone. After that again any one of this. So two vowels, all the lines which contains the two vowels side by side, it will show you. See here, A and I, A, I, A. Okay, so two vowels side by. So this is one vowel. It will take one vowel from this square bracket, and from this square bracket it will match with any one of this. Okay, two vowels side by side.
Ma'am, can you once again say about anu backward slash b? What does it?
Yeah. Suppose you want to find out the words which starts with S and end with MN, M or N. Suppose you want to find out words which start with S and end with either MN. Say for example, Grep. So start with S. After S, I can have any number of characters. So dot star indicate that I can have any number of characters. Should end with either M or N. Okay. So this is the pattern I've written. Okay. So what it is showing. So in the singer, it is starting with S and ending is N. Okay. Here it is starting S and at the end you have M. So all these are the matched with the dot star. Okay, and in this case it starts with S and all these are matched with the dot star and it is ending at M. Okay, suppose I don't want to find here half of the words, or if it is at the part of the word. So I want to match them only whether if it is a word boundary, that means a complete word, then only I want to match it. So in that case, what we do, it should be a word boundary. That means /b. If you use /b, so that means only those words which start with yes and then end with mn, it will search. See here, this won't match because here this matching, this is not the word boundary because it is not starting with yes. Okay, see here, so these won't match. So here it is starting with yes and ending, so this is complete word, so word boundary will match. So whereas here it is in the beginning only I have specified the word boundary, so that means this side before yes, yes should be the starting letter of that word. So the meaning of this, yes should be the starting letter of that word. Okay, so the yes is the starting letter of this word, so it has matched this. Suppose if you use one more slash over here also, that means it will search only those words which starts with yes and ends with either m or n. See here, Sagayam, Shankaran, Shankaran Ayan. From here it starts with yes, and in between it can have any number of characters and the ending must be m, either m or n.
Oh, ma'am, but the word boundary is ignored over in the second example.
Yeah, like word boundary means this is one word and this is one word, so you can have only words only, like a part of the word. It is not the part of the word, so it can be a complete word. Like it can match with multiple words also,
Okay.
but that complete word should match.
Okay, ma'am.
See here, even it will match up to here also, but it has not taken this because this here before this there is a word boundary and after this there is a word boundary.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Got it.
so this whole thing it will match.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
ma'am, can we use this grep command and add these words to another file using echo command?
can we use this grep command?
In a,
Yes, if you want to store whatever you have searched, this searched value you want to store it in another file. Is
yes,
it like that?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you redirect this to the output of this, you redirect to this file. Okay, so you can see a sample.txt file is created and you can see the contents of it. So this output, whatever output we got for that grep, it is stored in this file.
Okay.
Is it that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So
Ma'am,
that
please
is the
show
meaning
that
of
code once again.
cap. Redirection operator.
Okay, ma'am.
Instead of showing on the screen, you redirect to this particular file. Okay. So the cap means beginning. It will search at the beginning of the line. So I told you that negation when it is enclosed inside the square bracket. So previously we have seen one example to match the roll numbers from 2 to 5, 2 to 4. Okay, so how we have written grep B90124. Suppose it match with 1 to 4 roll numbers, you think. Okay, names.txt. So it is matching with roll numbers 1 to 4. Suppose if I use a cap symbol inside this pattern, this square bracket. If I use a cap symbol inside this square bracket, it will work like a negation. Other than 1 to 4, it will match with the remaining. Negation. So other than 1 to 4, it will match. So other than 1 to 4, what we have? 5, 6, 7. So it will match with those roll numbers. It won't match with 1 to 4. So when you use a cap symbol inside the square bracket beginning, so it will work like a negation. If you use before the square bracket here, then it will search the beginning of the part, like a beginning of the line. Okay, so that is the meaning of this cap. Anchor for the beginning of the line or negation of enclosed characters. So when you use enclosed characters, that is square bracket, inside that if you use, it will work like a negation. Okay. And this escape special characters, the meaning of that if you want to escape. So there are some characters which will have some special meaning in the language. Okay, so you don't want to interpret the meaning of that character, then we use, before that we use slash. Okay, say for example, that I'll show you when we come to email and all. Okay, that usage I'll show there. And suppose I want to repeat, I want to find out a word which has repeated 2 times or 3 times, like that. So in that case, we use, say here, m. Okay, so this m is to be repeated 2 times. Suppose if it is an extended grep, you can use parenthesis like this. But if it is a basic grep command, then before this parenthesis, you should have a forward slash, backward slash. Okay, you have to write that like this. See here. Okay. In this brackets, you have to specify like this in VRE. Whereas in case of ERE, you can directly specify those brackets. So if you put something in the square bracket, the meaning of it is the occurrence of the preceding pattern. It can be at least n times and at most m times. It can be repeated at least n times and at most m times.
Ma'am, what is the full form of ER?
Basic regular expressions.
Okay.
Ma'am, I have a
See
question.
here, m is, yeah.
One doubt, ma'am. In that command where you have written gprep and then you have searched something and then in names.txt and you wanted it to be appended on sample.txt. So is that sample.txt was already there or it got created at that moment?
If already there, it will be overwritten.
Okay, and if it's not, then it will be
It
created.
will be overwritten.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So grep m is to be occurred 2 times. So I want to, that means mm. So the lines which contains is the only line, this particular line. So it has shown that. Suppose I want to show all the lines where m is occurred 1 or more times, 1 or 2 times. Say 1 or and that means at least one time, at most two times. Okay, so see here, in this place it has occurred two times. In this line it occurred only one time. In this line it occurred only one time. So this n comma m, n indicate at least one time, and this m indicate at most two times.
Ma'am, but in Umair
So if
and
you want
Ahmad, there is M, right?
in Umair,
And Ahmad and Ma'am Sagayam.
this is a small m, this is a small m, whereas here I specified a capital M. Okay. So another concept is that means this brackets we use it for repetition. A special character, this parenthesis, curly bracket, we specify a range of occurrence of the preceding pattern at least m times and at most m times. And there is one more concept called grouping the regular expression. So that means a part of it you want to put it in a parenthesis. You consider that like a group, and you can repeat that group using back reference. There is some usage. Say suppose if I write it like this: grep, um, ma names.txt. So that means it will search for all the lines which contains ma. So what I am doing is I am grouping this. Grouping means you have to put it in a parenthesis. That is called grouping. We call it as. Okay, but in BRA, we specify this like this. Before the parenthesis, you should have a slash, backslash. So this is the group. So there is nothing, no, there are, when it will be useful is, you want to repeat the same pattern. So that means I want to find out those lines where MA is repeated. MA is repeated more than once. MA is repeated more than once. I want to find out all the lines where this particular pattern is repeated more than once. So in that case, how we'll write it is MA. After that, I can have any number of characters. Okay. And then \1. \1 means this is called a back reference. You here what I am saying is the first group. So like this. So it is called whatever that is placed inside the brackets parenthesis is called as a one group. So here I have written only one group. So slash that first group, whatever you have in this pattern, that first group you should be, it should be repeated here. That means MA. After that you can have any number of characters. After that you should have MA. Again you should get MA. So that means MA is repeated. Wait.
And what does
MA
that
is repeated one more time. This is called a back reference. Back reference. Say here, my pattern may contain so many groups. If I say like MA is one group, IA is one group. Okay. In between, I have something. Suppose if I have a pattern something like this. Okay. So how I have written this, this MA is one group. After that, I have KA, and this IA is another group. Okay, so this is the pattern I specified. Now, whichever we kept it in a parenthesis, that is called a group. So in this pattern, I have two groups. First group is MA, second group is IA. Second group is IA. Suppose I want to, after that, I want to refer the first group. That means MA. I want to refer the first group. We can specify like this. /1 means first group, that is MA. Suppose if I say /2, that means the second group. That means I am referring IA. So like that, in your pattern, you can have a 9 groups, maximum of 9 groups. And wherever it is required, the same group you are referring, instead of specifying the whole content of that group, here I have written only 2 characters. Even my group may have some certain, so many number of characters. In that case, I can't repeat it frequently. So instead of repeating it frequently, we refer that group with the \1, \2, like that. First group, second group, like that you can refer. Okay. So first time when you are mentioning, you put that in a parenthesis. And then later when you want to repeat the same thing, so instead of writing the whole text of that group, you simply specify / and then group number. That group number.
Ma'am, so as per
Yeah.
what you have shown in the TXT file, this KA is also a group. KA.
Not group. Whatever we kept inside the parenthesis, that will be a group.
Okay.
Okay, MA is the first group, and IA is the second group. KA is
And
just a part of this pattern.
okay, and can we nest
Okay,
the
whatever
brackets?
you kept it in parenthesis, that only considered as a group.
Ma'am, can we nest the brackets?
Yeah. You want
Do it
to
after
write
K.
it like this.
Do
So
it.
in that case, MA, this MAKA is the first group,
Okay.
MA is the second group, and IA will be the third group.
Okay.
Like that it will.
Understood.
Okay. So here we can use a back reference from 1 to 9. That means in your pattern, you can have a maximum of 9 groups. See, /1 through /9. So if you specify /n means n value can vary from 1 to 9. So that particular group will be repeated. Okay. It will match with that particular group. Suppose if I say I have a 5 groups, if I say /3, so only it will match with the third group. Third group it will match, nth group. Okay. Say for example, here I have I have written something like this. Okay. So that means what it is saying, hello is one group. Okay. Hello followed by .*. .* means you can have any number of characters after hello, and then back reference 1. That means the same thing, hello should end with the same hello. So hello, in between two words, two hello words, you can have any number of characters. It will match with that. Okay. So the same thing I thought of saying here. So suppose I have a word MA. So this is my group. Okay. So MA is one group. Now, what I want to say is after MA, like I want to find out the lines which contains MA. The meaning of this is I want to find the lines which contains MA. So this is Raman contains MA, Umair contains MA, Ahmad contains MA. Like that it has matched. But here what I want to is MA after followed by some characters and then again MA. It should end with MA. Like MA is to be repeated twice. In between MA and MA, I can have any number of characters if I want to say like that. Okay. So MA, this is my group. After that, I can have, it should start with this particular group. After that, I can have any number of characters. After that, I can have any number of characters. And again, it should be end with back reference 1. That means MA. Oh, I didn't close this parenthesis. Single try. Okay, see here. It has started with MA. After that, I can have any number of characters. After that, at the end, a same pattern with which pattern I have started, it should end at the ending also. You should have a same pattern. So instead of saying this whole pattern, I have specified that with the back reference 1. The same first group is to be repeated at the end. So in between, that means same word is repeated in the same line. In between those two words, you can have any number of characters. So you can specify like this.
Ma'am, what is the
MA,
difference?
and here also it is.
Ma'am, what is the difference? Earlier also you did that, but you enclosed MA into the string. And now you have also enclosed that /1, that repeating number of group into the sequence. So what's the difference in them?
Like I am repeating the first group. Instead of, see, I have to return like this. If it is, it should work, it should be work like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to find out only those lines which contains MA 2 times. Like repeat, like MA is to be repeated. The same pattern which is repeated in the same line twice. In between that repetition, I can have any number of characters. So in the first case, what happened here? Single time also it has matched. So only line that has a 2 times MA is this one.
My question is not that. If you see that Grep MA earlier, right, where we are getting Raman Singh, Umair Ahmed, right? There you have closed MA.
Yeah.
Within the course, right? And later, when you are doing this one,
actually, I am searching for only this particular pattern.
Okay.
No. What happened here is I am searching for only this pattern. Here, what I did is this is the complete pattern. For this particular pattern, I am searching. So I missed that. I thought I missed that syntax. Okay. So here, this is the whole pattern for which you are searching.
Okay.
Okay.
So if I have like to that, search,
you
I
can use a back references. Yeah. We put the pattern that we are searching should be kept it in a single quote. Okay. So I can use a back references from /1 to /9. That means in my pattern, I can have a maximum of 9 groups. And I can refer any particular group any number of times. Okay.
Ma'am, what is the benefit of group?
No need of writing the, like here it is the word only MA 2 letters. I can repeat it any number of times. But if I am searching for some large text. So which is repeated 3 or 4 times in my document. So suppose if you are searching for vowels, repeated vowels, A, E, I, O, U, a pattern which has three vowels, if I say, a pattern which contains continuous three vowels, if you are searching for. Okay, so how you need to write it like this: A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, like three times you need to write. Okay, so from this it will select one, from this it will select one, from this it will select one. Suppose instead of writing this whole thing, you write only this and group this, and you specify that the same group is to be repeated with the black backslash. Suppose if I can write it like that, or I can write it simply like this: /1 /1. And this you put it in a parenthesis. You define this like a group.
So this will be
You
repeated.
define this like a group. AEIO is one group, and the same group is to be repeated, followed by the same group one, followed by the group one. That means three vowels continuously you should get. So instead of writing that entire pattern once again, you can use a back reference. If you parenthesize that, so that will be considered like one group. The same group you are repeating. To say that, simply you can use /1. Okay. So that is the advantage of grouping. You need not repeat the same thing many number of times. Simply you can use /1, 2, 3, like which group you are referring, that group number. And in eGrep you have some more symbols like so we have seen this repetition and this grouping. Now if I use the same expressions in extended grep command, so I need not specify this parenthesis. Suppose if you are using egrep, instead of grep you are using egrep, then you can write the group like this. Okay, so you need not write this backslash. Wherever you want, even in this case, need not specify the backslash in before that. Okay, and here we have some more symbols like a plus, question mark, and piping like R operator. Plus indicates, previously we have seen star indicates 0 or more number of times. Same way, plus indicates one, and at least one time it should contain. So one or more number of preceding characters it will take. Plus means at least one. Question mark means 0 or one of the preceding character. See, previously we specified a dot. Dot means any one character, any single character we said. Here either 0 or one character. Question mark means it will match with 0 or one character, preceding character. And that means preceding character can be repeated 0 times or 1 time. So this logical are either this or that. If you specify something, two characters in a square bracket, it is matching both. First it is taking the first one, and then next it is taking the second one, like that. It is matching all. Whereas if you want to specify either match M or E, either this or that. So while specifying that one, you can use this or operator. Okay, I'll give you the example. Suppose E grep M plus so here M plus means M can occur one time or more times, 2 times or 3 times or 4 times, like that. So 2 times also it has matched, single time also it has matched, even 3 times also it will match. So plus indicate one or more number of times. Or previously we have read MA plus. MA occurred one or more times.
Ma'am, why we are using E grep?
This like here while specifying the group we are using this brackets, not using a, before that you are not using a slash. If it is a grep, the syntax is like that. Okay, suppose if it is a grep, we have to if you want to group something, you have to put slash parenthesis slash close with the slash parenthesis, whereas if it is a grep you can simply use parenthesis. Same way, repetition, even curly brackets also. Okay, repeated n times and minimum n times and maximum m times repetition also you can specify curly. Extended grep means to specify that you are using extended regular expression engine. E-grep means you are using an extended regular expression engine. Whereas if you use a grep, you are using a basic regular expression engine.
Okay, ma'am.
Extended regular expression engine will have some more features than grep, basic regular expression.
Ma'am, what is the difference between grep
And
and
E-grep, I told you, no, grep means it will support only basic regular expression engine. That means only basic symbols what we have in BRE, that is supported by grep. Whereas E-grep means it will support BRE and it even supports more features. E-grep.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So you can write E-grep using something like this also. Grep hyphen E, capital E. That means grep with the extended feature. You are using grep with the extended feature. Minus E. Okay. Like suppose if I write like this. So either ED or ME. Either this or this. If it lines containing either this or this, you can combine them with R. Suppose I want to find out all the lines which end with, wait, suppose this is my names.txt file. Suppose I want to see all the lines which end with AM or MA. AM or MA at the end of the line. all the lines which ends with am or ma. Sir, Grep. Grep. So all the lines, this line end with am, this line end with am, this line end with ma. At the end of the line, dollar symbol indicate at the end of the line, either I can have am or ma. So plus means it will be repeated one or more number of times. Question mark means it will match 0 or 1 of the preceding character, or means either this or that. These features will be supported only in ERE. That means if you want to use these features, you have to use egrep command. Okay. Whereas if you want to use these two features, you can write BRE. The syntax will vary while writing BRE or ERE expression.
Earlier, which one you
Next,
Ma'am, what is this BRE and ERE?
yeah, basic regular expression engine, extended regular expression engine.
Okay, ma'am.
Regular expressions, while writing the regular expression, actually to say in the beginning we have only BRE, basic regular expression engine. To that regular expression, they have added some more features. Okay, next version is released, that we call it as ERE, extended regular expression. This will support all the features of BRE as well as some more extra features. Okay,
Ma'am,
while writing a regular.
regular expression means?
Regular expression means a pattern. While specifying the pattern text, suppose you want to search for some word which contains vowels repeatedly. So in how you can write, suppose how many times how many times the suppose you want to find out those words which contains the vowel continuously 3 times, suppose. So how you need to write AEIOU followed by AEIOU followed by AEIOU. So instead of specifying the entire text, so you can specify that word, the text in a simple symbols, using some simple symbols. Okay, so back reference, you want to say specify any alphabet. For that you are writing a symbol called dot, any alphabet or anything you want to batch. Or suppose you want to repeat something, for that you are using a star. Okay, so to specify your text, we write one pattern, one simplified pattern to specify what you want to search. Okay, some simplified using some symbols, we write some simplified pattern. That pattern should specify what you want to search. That is called a regular expression. Whatever text you want to specify, that you are expressing using some symbols. Okay. For grep command, awake command, awake, grep, sed, these languages will simplify using regular expression patterns to specify your search word. Okay, say suppose I want to find out the word which contains 10 digits. If you want to search for a word which contains digits, suppose you want to search for a phone number. like there is one document which contains 100 lines. Inside that 100 lines there are 10 places you have some person's phone numbers. You want to extract only those phone numbers. So then how will you specify? So you know that the phone number will contains 10 digits. So you will how you will specify in your English words that to your system that you want to retrieve only that 10 characters, 10 digits number. Okay, so to specify that we have one simplified we are using one simplified version of it using some symbols. So that we call it as a regular expression. So some digit which is to be repeated 10 times. So such a patterns you search. You can specify like that. Okay, that means digit, you specify digit, some digit. That digit is to be repeated exactly 10 times. Okay, so if you are using a basic regular expression grep command, if you are using, that means by default it will use VRE. If you use a egrep command, it will use ERE engine. So while writing that regular expression, you have to see whether this particular symbol, if you are using writing a ERE, grouping should be done like this. If you are using a BRE, grouping should be like this. Syntax will change, that's all. Okay. And these are the some character classes which is supported by ERE engine only. It will not be available in BRE. So these predefined character classes also you can use while writing your regular expression. Say for example, so to demonstrate that, let me use a different file which contains some digits, alphabets, some special symbols like that. I'll take. Suppose char types.txt file I am taking, which contains some lines which start with smaller case letter, which start with capital letters, which start with a digit, which start with a space and an empty line, and it start with a control character. So like that, tab, and end with capital letters, small letters, and control characters like that. So I have taken on file. Suppose I want to show all the lines which contains alphabets. I want to see all the lines which contains alphabets. So in all these lines we have alphabet except this empty line. Okay, so I can write the grep command as here you have to use egrep only, because grep doesn't support this character classes. Egrep uh, you have to write it like this only, correct? This classes colon square brackets 2 times colon and class name, and then you have to close the square brackets, colon alpha colon. So this pattern you are searching for all the lines which contains alphabets. Okay, except the blank line, it has displayed everything. Hello, am I audible, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, you
Or
are audible.
suppose I want to find out only those lines which contains digits. Okay. So it has shown only those lines which contain some digits. Like that, you can specify these are the different colors. So any printable character, print means any printable character. There are some non-printable characters like uh, control A, control C, something. If you give some commands, so those are non-printable characters. Okay, so it will contain, print means it will search for printable characters. Alna means alphanumeric, alphabets and numbers, digits. It will search for alphabets and digit. Alna means alphanumeric. Alpha means only alphabets, like A to Z. Either it can be a uppercase letter or a smaller lowercase letter. Whereas lower means only it will search for a lowercase alphabets. Whereas upper means only uppercase alphabets. Digit means only numbers. Like blank means it will search for either a space or a tab is considered as a blank. Only white space, like space bar, your space bar is a white space. White space is a space bar. Whereas punctuation marks means comma, semicolon, colon, like that. Those are called a punctuation marks. Digit means hexadecimal digit. Hexadecimal digits, 0 to 9 and A to F are called hexadecimal digits. Graph is any character which is a non-space character, which is a non-space character. Whereas control is something like a command, which control A, control C, some commands, control characters. Okay, so you
Ma'am,
want to, if you want to match with any of these, you can use that direct character class instead of writing a pattern. Yes, somebody asked something.
ma'am, in alphanumeric, we can able to extract the both alphabet and numbers. Is
Both
it?
alphabet as well as digits.
Oh. And
All
ma'am,
now.
what is the white space?
White space means space bar. When you press a space bar, you'll get a space. So something like this. Only single space. This is white space. Suppose I said you URLs, how to match URLs. We'll take that corresponding. Okay. Here in the character class, let me specify one feature of grep command, -v option. Suppose you want to find out all those lines that doesn't match with the given pattern. That doesn't match with the given pattern. So here, what it is doing, it is displaying only those lines that contains digits. Only those lines that contains digits. If you use a -v option for the grep command, -v option, in that case, it will work oppositely. Like the lines that does not contain digits will be displayed. Okay, it will display the opposite of this pattern. So this is the pattern. Opposite of this pattern, it will work when you use a -v option. Okay, suppose um, you want to display all blank lines. Grep cap symbol, the beginning and ending between the beginning and ending you doesn't have anything. That means it will match the blank line. So this particular line is displayed here, a blank line. So I want to display non-blank lines. So you can use, for this blank lines pattern, you use -v option so that it will display all non-blank lines of this particular file. Okay, so opposite of the pattern that we have specified, you can achieve that using a -v option for the grep command. Okay, so let me explain. Take another example. Patterns.txt file. So in this patterns.txt file, I have some message. So inside that message, I have some Aadhaar number. Say Aadhaar card number contains 12 digits, can look like this. So it has one Aadhaar number, and it has one PIN code, and it has some phone numbers, and it has some roll numbers. So like that, it has some URLs. Like that, I have many things which are enclosed in my document. Suppose I want to retrieve only all the Aadhaar numbers from my document. So you know that the Aadhaar number will have a 12 digits. So that means I want to retrieve all the lines which contains 12 digits. So you can write egrep Aadhaar number contains only digits. Okay, and that digit is to be repeated 12 times. So I am searching for a digit, and that digit is to be repeated 12 times. My file name is patterns.txt. So it will show all the lines which contains Aadhaar numbers, 12 digits. Suppose I want to search for all the lines which contains PIN code. So that means I am searching for a digit which is to be repeated 6 times. Okay, so when you use this, what happens here? Here also I have a 6 digits, more than 6 digits. So it is matching the Aadhaar number also, and it is matching the phone number also, and it is matching the PIN code also. But I want to retrieve only the PIN code. So what I need to do? I don't want to match with 12 digits, and I don't want to match with the 10 digits phone number. So I want to retrieve only PIN. So how to specify that?
What boundary?
How to retrieve? Yeah, you can use the concept of word boundary. So then it will retrieve only PIN codes. Okay, so suppose I want to retrieve the URL. So generally you know that the URL will have dot in that. Okay, so dot in that. So you can have a command like egrep. It can have alphanumeric, alnum. Alnum can be repeated one or more number of times. One or plus means one or more number of times, followed by a dot. And here, if you use a simple dot, what happens? It will match with any character. But before that, if you put a slash, then this won't be interpreted. You are escaping the interpretation of dot. So that means dot will appear in the text. So some alphanumerical values followed by dot, followed by again alnum. So colon alnum plus slash b. Okay. So alphanumeric values, some alpha followed by dot, after that followed by some alphanumerical values. Okay. So it will retrieve github.com like which contains dot pattern. Okay. Suppose can I use in this, can I use a back reference? If I want to use a back, here I have written this twice, this particular thing twice, same thing.
Yeah.
So how to use a back reference here?
\1.
So put this in a parenthesis. Okay, this is the first group, followed by dot, and here instead of specifying this, you can say /1, back reference. What happens? A grep so all num is to be repeated, plus means 0 or more times. Like if you use grouping, you can use back reference also. Some mistake I made. Okay, so like that you can retrieve specified patterns from a document. You can retrieve an Aadhaar, or you can retrieve a phone number, or you can retrieve some phone numbers. Like that you can retrieve the required part from the given document. So till now, whatever the grep commands that you have run has retrieved the entire line which contains that given pattern. But we don't want the entire line. We want only the part which we are searching. I don't want the entire line. Only that matched word should I need to find out. So in that case, you can use a cut command to retrieve a part of the text, part of the required text. To retrieve that, you can use a cut command. So to demonstrate that, I am using one file called cad fields.txt. So the fields.txt file contains some lines which are separated by so many delimiters, like semicolon, space, comma. Okay, each line is separated by so many delimiters. Okay. Now, suppose if I split a particular line based on a particular delimiter, say suppose for example, if I split this line, these lines based on semicolon. So in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the first field. This whole thing will be the second field. Whereas 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 will be the first field. Welcome command and line 2 will be the second field. And this is the first field, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this whole thing will be the second field. Suppose if I split this these lines using comma as a separator, delimiter, comma as a delimiter, in that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, hello world will be the first field. Line 1 is the second field. For this particular line, this whole thing is the first field and this is the second field, like that. Based on, suppose if I separate this, split this based on space, suppose space as a delimiter, then 1, 2, 3, 4, hello is the first word. World line 1 will be the second field. Like that, I can separate this using so many delimiters. Semicolon as one delimiter, space is another delimiter, comma is another delimiter, like that. Okay. Suppose if I say cut from this, I want to retrieve the first 4 characters of each line. The first 4 characters of each line. So to specify that character, we use -C option. 1 to 4 from fields.txt file. From this particular file, I want to retrieve only the first 4 characters. Sorry, small c. So the first 4 characters of this line. So first line has 1, 2, 3, 4. Second line 2, 3, 4, 5. Third line 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Suppose instead of C, I am using delimiter. Delimiter. -D option means I am specifying a delimiter. The delimiter I want to specify is the semicolon, suppose. I want to use a semicolon as the delimiter. The delimiter is a semicolon. And I want to display the second field. I want to display the second field. To specify a field, we use -F option. To specify a character, we use -C. To specify a field, we use -F option. And which field you want to retrieve? The second field. Okay. Cut. That means you are cutting this file content based on semicolon as the delimiter, and then after splitting that, you want to retrieve the second field. So semicolon separator means in the first line you will have 1, 2, 3, 4 is the first field, and the second field is hello world, comma line 1. So that is displayed. Here welcome command line, comma line 2, and Varasi text line 3. Suppose the same field I want to change the delimiter, comma as the delimiter. So comma means here it will be split. So second line means line 1, line 2, line 3 you will get. Okay. Suppose you want to split space as the delimiter. And I want to retrieve the first word. Instead of second word, I want to retrieve the first word. Okay, like that. Hello, am I audible, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah. So like that, you can use a cut command to retrieve some part of the text. So now our grep command, what it is doing, it is displaying the entire line. So now I don't want to display the entire line. So in that case, what I want to just display a part which matches our pattern. So in that case, what we'll do, we write a grep command. The output of that we will pass it to the cut command, so that it will retrieve only the matched text instead of the entire line. Say for example, grep anu from names.txt. Okay, so if I give it like this, it is displaying whole line which contains anu. So now what I am doing, pipelining, and anu is the second field here, second field. So like here I am using a word boundary. Say for example, so now in this line, suppose if I separate this line using a space, if I split this using a space, then what happens? This is the first word, this anu is the second word, k dot is the third word, jain is the fourth word, fourth field, actually fourth field. It's okay, this is the first field, fourth field. If I separate this line using a space as a delimiter, so the output of this I want to pass it to cut command, cut minus d space as the delimiter and display only the second field. Display only the second field. So it will match, it will display only the matched pattern. So like that, instead wherever you want to retrieve only the pattern instead of the whole lines, you can combine your grep command with the cut command, so that it will retrieve only the required part from the given line. Okay. Any doubt in this cut command?
Ma'am, in this we should already know the position of anu in that line. Then only we'll be able to say minus F2.
Yeah. Like here, generally when we use this is when we are using a databases like that. So a student database, so or some employee database. So in that, all the records will have a same pattern, like roll number, name, marks. Every record will follow the same pattern. So if you want to retrieve a particular part, you want to retrieve the salary of the employee. So you will know exactly salary is which field. Okay. Then in such cases we use that concept.
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Not in all the cases. Okay. Database, when you are retrieving some data from a databases, so all the databases will have a similar records, similar type of records which contain some fields. So in those cases, you want to retrieve a salary field, or you want to retrieve the location of an employee, or which city he is living, some part if you want to retrieve, then you can use a cut command to retrieve a particular field. So any doubts?
Ma'am,
So this is about regular expressions. Yeah.
ma'am, what is D and C indicating? Minus D and minus C?
C means characters. Characters. You are retrieving characters from the given. Minus C means characters. That means first here I specified C means characters. Which characters? 1 to 4. First character to the fourth character of this file. So first character is 1, second character is 2, third character is 3, fourth character is 4. In this line, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this line, 3, 4, 5, 6. Characters. I am retrieving the characters. Whereas minus D means a delimiter. Wherever this particular delimiter comes, space is the delimiter, or semicolon, comma is the delimiter, semicolon is the delimiter. Minus D means delimiter. So I am splitting the data based on delimiter there. Here I am retrieving the data based on character. First character or 10th character. So suppose you want to say retrieve all cut. Suppose I want to retrieve 905, 901, 902, 903 like that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th to 8th characters from each line. So you can say cut minus C, 6 to 9 from the file names.txt. So it will retrieve the roll numbers, last 3 digits of your roll number, 901, 902. So minus C means characters it will retrieve, 6th character to the 9th character. Okay. Whereas if I use minus D indicates a delimiter. Whatever here you are specifying is the delimiter. Suppose space is the delimiter. Okay. So when you separate the data based on delimiter, so before the delimiter will be considered as one field, after the delimiter it will consider as another field. Okay. So minus F, the first field if you want. File name. Okay. So the first field is the roll number. So this is our file. So I split it at space as the delimiter. So at the first space, the before that first field is the roll number, second field is the first name, third field is the third name, like that. Suppose if I specify the second field. So Mary, Raman, Umair, Charles, Anu, Anupama, Well, like that. Those are the second fields. So I'm splitting this line based on the delimiter space. Okay. Any other doubts? Hello.
Clear, ma'am.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. So these are the main concepts while forming the regular expression. So you can use these. You should know these meaning of these symbols, because these we will encounter even in the later classes, week 8, 9 also. There we use said and awake languages. So there also, while forming the search patterns, we use this pattern matching concept. Okay, this BRE and ERE concept. So you need to know how to write a regular expression for the given like a query. You need to search for a particular query, so particular text in the document. So to specify that text, you need to know how to write the regular expression for that. So using all these concepts, like how to use a dot, a star, where you need to use square brackets, where you need to use a beginning of the line or end of the line, or a repetition using curly brackets, or grouping using parentheses, back reference using /1 to /9. Okay, and to match a specific class. Okay. So like that you can use these symbols in the while forming the regular expression. Search pattern, to form the search pattern we use regular expression. And in the suppose in the same regular expression you encounter more than one of these concepts. Say suppose in the same regular expression you had this parenthesis as well as back reference, parenthesis as well as back reference. So in that case, first it will evaluate the parenthesis, after that only it will evaluate back references. This is the order in which your symbols will be evaluated in the regular expression. Suppose in the same regular expression you have a used selection, this parenthesis, you have used cap symbol as well as you have used dollar symbol and all. So first always it will evaluate whatever that is there in the brackets, that is expanded first. After that, beginning and ending of the will be evaluated next. So like that, in this order it will evaluate the expressions. Your pattern. If in case of BRE, it will follow this particular hierarchy, operator precedence and associativity. Whereas in case of ERE, it will follow this hierarchy. R is not there in BRE. That's why there it has not come. Whereas R, you can use it only in ERE. Okay. Any doubts?
Ma'am, I have problem using DM.
Using?
I'm using this virtual machine portal. I have a problem using that. I have not used before this.
Yeah, you didn't connect to the VM.
Am I connected? But I am confused. So can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Share your screen. So if you don't have any doubts, you can leave the session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, one thing I want to ask.
Yeah.
Ma'am, last week there was any session?
Last week there is no session. That paradox is there, no? So that is a
Yes,
break
ma'am.
week.
Ma'am, from today, from this week, as per schedule, there will be classes. No,
Yeah, there will be classes as per schedule.
thank you.
Yeah, you connected to the VM. Then what problem you have?
Ma'am, I am using this.
No CD.
Then
Go to OPT ma. You have to create one folder called SE 2001 here in your home folder.
I think
Ah,
it's
yes.
then
CD SE 2001.
CD SE 2001. That's it.
Yes, yes, enter. Now
Yes, ma'am.
here LS.
LS.
Suppose you want to solve uh, which BPT1, say for example. So you
Ma'am,
have to
have
create a folder called BPT1 here. Okay, inside that you create a folder called problem1, problem2, like that. How he has given in slash opt bpt in that folder, how they have given the same way here you have to create folders here and use synchro eval, synchro show, like that.
And actually, many of my friends, like 4 to 5 friends, are having the same problem. In the
Yeah,
next
you look
session,
it into now you see ls slash opt slash you go you look that folder
OPT
SE
is
2001. enter. So you need to solve, say for example, you need to solve this one, PPA 1.1
Yes,
practice
ma'am.
problem. Okay. So that folder you create here.
MKDIR.
MKDIR space PPA underscore 1.1. Yes. So CD to that.
Sorry, sorry, sorry.
CD 2001. CD PPA. P you type, press tab. Tab you press. First letter you type and press tab. Tab. Yes. Enter. LS. Nothing is there, no? So now you use a synchro show. So that it will display the problem. Enter. Okay. That is the problem 1 that you need to solve. Okay.
Okay.
Then you write the solution here and then use a synchro eval.
Okay. And actually, my 4-5 friends are having the same problem. In the next session, can we together come and ask our doubts?
Yeah, you can. Even you can clear these doubts in TA session. There will be 4 sessions, no? My session generally summary session Monday, and Tuesday also you have a TA session, and Friday I think one more session, and Saturday you have one more session.
Ma'am, I think tomorrow we have a session from
TA
9 to
session.
11.
Yeah, there also you can ask.
We will come together and ask to you.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, you can stop sharing. Any other doubts? So can I close the session?